Dread role for multiples in valuation. Hello, my name is Alvin Manuel. I'm from BBA 2021 AP International Business School, and I'm gonna share about my review in article for the right role for multiples in valuation. This article review is going to be a midterm in exam for my business valuation and merger acquisition course provided by the IPMI Institute. So here we go. So here we are. We're gonna talk about four key presentation from my review for the article, which is the first thing I'm gonna introduce the article itself, and I'm gonna explain the background of the article. I'm gonna show you my key points that I've got from the articles and of course the conclusion of the article. So, the first one is the introduction. The article of the right role for multiples in valuation is authored by Mark Goodhart, Timothy Kohler, and David Wessels. These are three peoples to write the article who are experts in financial analysis and valuation. In this article, the authors aim to clarify the proper use for multiples in valuation because we find so frequently about so many valuation methods that using the multiples that are not correctly usable. So they are highlighting common misconceptions and providing guidance on how to apply multiple effectively to enhance financial forecast because the valuation things is using the financial forecast. The financial forecasts are using the multiples very frequently, so the right roles of for multiples need to be conclused, and these article are going to explain it. So as I said in the introduction, the background problem that addressed in the article is the frequent misunderstanding and misapplication of the multiples in financial analysis, especially in valuation for the financial projection. So there's one thing, a ratio that's very frequently used for the valuation, which is the industry average price to earnings ratios. So many analysts rely on industry average price to earning ratios to determine a fair valuations, which can lead to its significant inaccuracies. So there are five key points of the article that I've got. The first is the proper execution of the multiple analysis. The second is the use for looking multiples. The third is the selection of the comparables. The fourth is the adjustment for the non-operating items. And the fifth, which is the last, is the limitations of the PE ratio, which is the ratio that the analysts frequently use for the valuation. So the first is the proper execution of the multiples analysis. The authors emphasize that a well-executed multiples analysis can improve the accuracy of the financial forecast by allowing companies to stress test their cash flow projections, understand performance mismatch with the competitors. So the multiple analysis is also use the mismatch of the competitors. So there was a stress test there into their cash flow projection. So the execution of the multiple analysis can be well executed and is fair because sometimes there are uh, companies that are really big that compares with the other companies that fairly slow, sometimes are small, but they're in the same industry, which is the one that very fair in the PE ratio. The second is the use of forward-looking multiples. So the articles advocates for the use of forward-looking multiples rather than the historical data, as empirical evidence shows that the forward-looking multiples are more accurate predictors than of value, because the forward-looking multiples is the one that very useful for the forward-looking financial projection. So based on that, the multiples are more accurate predictors than value than the historical data. The third is the selection of comparables, as I said on the first point. The choosing the right peers group is crucial. So the analyst should compare companies with similar ROIC or return on investment capital and growth projections to ensure meaningful comparisons. So they're not only compare one to another companies, but they need to fairly compare the sizing of the companies and also the industry. So the right peer is going to be very crucial for the comparisons. So they are playing with the fair battle, the fair compares for between the companies. So I'm going to move it to the left a little bit so you can see the presentation. So the fourth one is the adjustment for non-operating items. So the authors highlight the necessity of adjusting enterprise value multiples for non-operating items, such as excess cash and operating leases, to avoid misleading result. The last one is the limitation of the PE ratio, the PE ratio that we are using very frequently. So the PE ratio can be misleading due to their susceptibility to capital structure changes and the inclusion of non-operating items in net income. So, like the capital structure changes and the net income is only using in the discounted cash flow. The discounted cash flow method for the business valuation. So the article suggests using enterprise value to EBITDA ratios as more reliable alternative than the P ratio. So EV EBITDA ratio is now more common and used for the ratio than the P ratio. So this is showing that the enterprise value, like I said before, that the value of the companies within the EBITDA values of the companies, comparing with the good peers that they are going to use, is showing more fair and more accurate predictors for the financial projection. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is for the article, the right role for multiples and valuations is to provide the valuable insights into the effective use of multiples in financial analysis. So the authors, the three of them, argue that while multiples can be a powerful tool for evaluation, they must be applied with caution and true understanding of the underlying financial dynamics. By focusing on the forward-looking multiples, the selecting appropriate comparables, and making necessary adjustments, analysts can achieve more accurate valuation and better strategic insights for them. So this is going to be a very unique thing to do because they're trying to offer the new type of evaluation. They're offering the new additional things to do, the new way to make it the foundation is more fair and more critical, and also giving the accurate value. So the forward-looking and the selecting appropriate comparables and making necessary adjustments, they are showing that more detailed and more accurate and more fair by the necessary by the appropriate comparables. It's even very good. And for me, for myself, is I think it's very good article. They're using they're very logically. If you think that this is very logical, and I think the right role for the multiples evaluation is very crucial for me because I'm very frequent use for the P/E ratio, and now this EV to EBITDA is very good. I see, and that's how we can make a valuation with discounted cash flow models. So There is all from me that I'm going to share with you guys about the article for the right roles of multiples in financial analysis. So, what do you guys think? Is this a very good method? Is a very good new method? It's very interesting. So let me know. Thank you.